All right, preschool friends, this is a book called Wild and the Animal Band. Say that title with me. Wild and the Animal Band. This man with the white beard is Wild. That's his name. Now, this book was a gift to me from some friends, and I wanted to read it to you because it's a super fun book to read.
I give it to you.
It's about an animal band that plays music with Wild. Here's the end pages. It does have some, you're right.
What kind of word? Has a board. What color is that?
There are birds, you're right. That's yellow or gold. Look at this. The author and the illustrator, his name is Max. Just Max. He's the author, which means he's also the illustrator, which means he drew the pictures. Look at this. He signed my book. He said, Ryan, that's my first name. Ryan, be wild, Max. Pretty cool. He signed my book.
Why did he sign your book?
Because authors sometimes do that.
He go Matt and sometimes.
All right. Check this out. This is Wild.
Why is his head up and down?
He has a white beard and he even has some twigs and leaves growing out of his beard. He is a wild man.
Ooh.
This is Wild.
Is he?
Wild is always happy to sing. He sings in the morning. He sings to the sun. He howls at the moon. Howl. And so whenever he sings, it's wild. Again. Howl. And stop. Whenever he sings, it is wild. Wild's wild music was too wild for the city. No one wanted to sing. And one voice, just one voice, singing a lonely, lonely song is kind of sad. So Wild walked. And as he walked, he sang. And he wondered, what is out there in the wilderness? And he wondered as he wandered and sang a lonesome song. Yodeling. Look at this. Look at this. Wild took a rest under a giant cottonwood tree. He decided to take a nap.
Is it dark outside?
It is. And he sang himself to sleep.
Just what?
And he dreamt a dream about a place, a wild place, where he could sing his wild songs. It was a wonderful dream until
It was a button. And it was that.
Wild's wild sorry. Until Wild heard a voice and he woke up. And then he heard another and another. There was a whole chorus of singing voices. They went,
I just dream.
tweet, 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 tweet. He looked around, wondering where the sound came from.
He got up.
He didn't see anything. He was all alone. So do you know what he did? He sang, hello. Must have been the dream he dreamt. Then out of nowhere, his beard began to shake and shimmy. Wild was bewildered. What is going on? He wondered. A big band of bluebirds started singing from his beard. Well, do you know what Wild did? He joined along and they sang a wild song.
Why does she have a long beard?
I think that's just a close-up picture because on this page his beard is shorter. Then he heard a whoomp, a bat, a whoomp, whoomp, bat. Guess what? That hare is another word for rabbit. That hare could really play the snare. The snare is a type of drum. That hare could really play the snare. The band jammed with the Wild tune. He had Wild with the guitar, the Tweety birds, and the hare on the snare. Bump, whap, bump, twiddly-dee-dee-dee, string-a-bing-a-bing, twiddly-dee-dee-dee, whump, bat, whump, dink-a-blink-a-blink-a-blink-a. What in the wild was that? Dink-a-blink-a-blink-a-blink-a. What is that? Which one? This?
A rock. No.
You're not, don't get up right now. You can ask me afterwards. Look at this. The fox and the raccoon said, "Can we play too?" Wild said, "You Wild?" And they all said, "Yeah, we're wild," they said. Blink, 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 bump, whap, bop. They joined all along for a wild song. So wild, the song got so wild, in fact, that you could hear it all across the wilderness. Oh, it might have been a bear. It looks more like a bear there. Don't move that stool. Wild and the animal band played. They rocked as they played, and the more they played, the more players came to play. So they got in a van, and Wild said, "Let's get this show on the road."
And the monkey?
There's a fox, a mouse, a cat, a giraffe, the birds, the hare, the bear, the raccoon, and Wild. Over here we got an elephant, Sasquatch, lion, giraffe, owl, the bear, the hare, Wild, the birds, mouse, raccoon, fox.
And wild.
They played on the bus and they played on a boat. We're all in the same boat together, they said. Do, 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 skibbity bebop. And then they howled at the moon around a campfire. This is like the campfires I have at home in my fire pit. I'm going to have a fire in the pit tonight. Do you think I will do any howling? Maybe if the moon is out. They played on a train. Bop bop ba doo ba doo ba doo da da. Skibbity bibbity 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 boo bop ba. Dump dump ba doo ba da ba da ba ba. Ooh ba doo ba doo ba doo da da da. That's a long train. You are right. They played and they wandered and went so wild that somehow they wandered back to town. The train doors opened. Wild and the animal band inched their way out into a sea of people. Wild looked at his band. They all looked back at him. Never in his wildest dreams did Wild think he would end up here.
No.
You know what he said? Here goes nothing. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 2, 1, go. Da, 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 da. Skibbity bee bop, boop, ba, doo, ba, doo, ba, doo, ba, doo, ba. And they were playing for the city. The band went wild. Bear, it is a bear. He shredded the accordion. Fox plucked his banjo. Hare drummed up a beat. Wolf howled up at the moon. Bigfoot was doing Bigfoot things. Mouse walked up that base. Lion roared and strummed a ditty on his guitar. The bluebirds probably tweeted. Tweedledee.
And they go potty.
Your story, you just went. Elephant tooted her horn. Cat tickled the piano keys. Owl hooted and fiddled around. Snake slithered and shook his shaker. Raccoon was picking a guitar and doing air kicks. Giraffe played the kazoo, and the birds were chirping.
That's a long name, Mr. Reed. That's a long name.
Wild closed his eyes and sang his wild heart out. Wild music filled the entire town. Sitting up on your bottom.
Was that his dream?
No, he got up from his dream. This is all in Wild's real life. The whole town could hear Wild and the animal band play their wild music. Wild sang the song he had been writing in his heart all along. And at last, he let out a final howl.
That's his dream. That's not his dream.
And stop. The band stopped as the very last note rang out. Do you know what the crowd did?
What?
The crowd went
Wild.
You already know. Wild. You are right. The crowd went wild. They cheered and clapped and sang with Wild and the Animal Band. And now Wild and the Animal Band could play their music and sing their music in the forest, in the wild, and in the town. That's Wild. And that is the story of Wild and the Animal Band, as read to you by Mr. Beam to his group of. On the back, you have just Wild and his creatures.
Thank you for having